greet them here in East Rutherford. Here's Harrison Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. From the back line of the end zone, a surprise, he's bringing it out. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. Quick throw here is complete. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Down the field, he's got his tight end Okonkwo. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Javon Baker. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. Back to the air one more time. Pass, right side, taken by Baker. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. They'll look to throw again.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
Carter is the motion man. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's got it at the 3. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
So, trying to make a statement on this opening drive. Gonna go for it on 4th and goal. And this will pay off. It is caught. Javon Baker. Touchdown, Washington. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Koo able to add the extra point. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And we'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Devin White, that time on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go underneath to Jacobs. And he'll be stopped short of a first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And that is incomplete. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing them. Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
They convert with a gain of 15.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. For quarterbacks, there are so many stats we use to measure a good season. This is one of them. 30 touchdowns. That was number 30 on the year. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. from the back line of the end zone. A surprise, he's bringing it out. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line. First and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's third down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
Check, Panther. Come on, set. Warrior 70. Ready?
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Down the field, it's Evans. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Back to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll get this to Baker. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, Yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle. Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Got his man at the 6. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down, and goal. He'll drop to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Javon Baker was the intended receiver. And now 3rd and goal coming up.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Carter is the motion man. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. That is caught to the goal line and in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Commanders. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
70 Timberwolves. 18 Pioneer. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Take go.
He'll look to throw. Now, a deep shot for Allen. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They'll look to throw. That complete to Jacobs. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Third down, 3 to go.
Set. Ready.
He's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. It's 2nd down.
Go.
Throwing now from the gun. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
18 Rattler, go!
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercept it. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll look to throw here on first down. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended target. And it'll be second down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So, big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
And this will be knocked down. It's incomplete, but there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll throw out of the gun. That's going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Here we go, set. Dragon 60. Go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look downfield once again. And the Commanders are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Koo's kick is good. And the Commanders build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And we will not have a run back here. The second half starts with a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Take go.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now this time they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Lions. Ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They will indeed go as they look to throw. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Commanders' first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Completing that one to Carter.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Back to throw. And this one is caught, but the momentum, that'll take him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Could not get himself turned upfield.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Nearly a disaster there, especially in this area of the field, Mike. You know these guys are reaching for the ball. That is such a priority of every defense around the league. Create turnovers, especially in the red zone. Fortunately for this guy, he gets to get back in the huddle for another crack at it, thanks to some quick thinking and good hustle from one of his own guys. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's going to wind up going out of bounds. That's a big mistake. He needed to just fling that to the sideline. Instead, it'll be a huge loss.
I understand what he's trying to do, Mike. He's thinking, can I extend this play? Can I get out of the pocket and buy some time for my receivers? But on these early downs, that's a ball that just needs to be thrown away.
Seven Pirates! Seven Pirates! Hut, hut.
Fires left sideline. That is complete.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Dragon 60! Let's go! Go!
He'll get this out to his running back. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
That's another New York Giants.
Back goal 80!
At the 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36.
Set! Mustang 19! Trap 60! Trap 60! 19 tight! 19 tight! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
This one caught left side by Evans.
Stephanie! 19 light! Ready, ready?
They'll look to throw yet again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
18 Cardinal! 18!
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
18, Pioneer. Come on, set. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Hook.
He'll drop to throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? In motion comes Andrews. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but he has the 1st down inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
He'll look to throw. He pulls it in around the 5.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he will score! Game on! Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, New York. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Giants are back within 6. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
He's going to get it to Okonkwo. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. And he nearly got the 1st down there. We'll give him 9 yards, but setting up a very manageable 3rd and 1.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
There's a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
And a short gain there, down only to the 48. Second down, 8 for the 1st down. They'll look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Here's a big one. This 3rd down.
Here we go, set.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long.
On the set. Set. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Dragon 60. Go.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs.
Okay, great.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Last thing, 19. Come on, set.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. A pass, right side, taken by Baker. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
On 1st down, they give it right back to Swift. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
On the give, here's Swift. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
Ready up.
They'll try the right side with Swift. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their second. 70 seconds left to go in this game. So here comes Younghoe Koo in a pressure spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
They'll drop to throw. This one complete right side. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive. A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
19 tight. Ready? 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
In motion comes Andrews. High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
We saw plenty of throws like that in Gainesville. The former Gator gets his team a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Down the field, it's Evans. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike. Touchdown, field goal, but either way, I'm coming away with points.
Here's 2nd down.
19 Lions. Set. 79 Bronco. Get up.
Back to the air one more time. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
And with that late score, it's going to give them a little bit of late life here, Mike. But remember, the next series of events is very unlikely. They need to get the onside kick and then likely a Hail Mary situation. So while they definitely have a little bit of a chance, I think it's pretty slim.
That score, too little, too late. They need a recovery and a miracle here. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Well, there's really two schools of thought, Mike. You have yourself the lead in the fourth quarter, and a lot of people just say, let's sit on it, let's play smart, just don't give anything to the opposing team to let themselves back in the game. Well, that's exactly what they almost did here. They put the ball in the air, tried to remain aggressive, and they're lucky it didn't come back to bite them.
70 range, 70 range. Take off.
Here we go. One final play. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their two scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.